This is part 2 of the tall book of Mother Goose. This one is vintage copyright 1942, and it's set in here in the front to Elizabeth on September 19th, 1970. And we're about halfway through, so we'll start right here. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to look at the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under her chair. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck 1, and down he run, hickory dickory dock. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers 3. Every fiddler he had a fine fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. Twee tweedledee went the fiddles. Oh, there's none so rare as can compare with King Cole and his fiddlers 3. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his harpers 3. Every harper he had a fine harp, and a very fine harp had he. Twang, twang, a twang went the harpers. Twee tweedledee went the fiddlers. Oh, there's none so rare as can compare with King Cole and his harpers 3. Spring is showery, flowery, bowery. Summer, hoppy, croppy, poppy. Autumn, wheezy, sneezy, freezy. Winter, slippy, drippy, nippy. Lucy Locket lost her pocket. Kitty Fisher found it. There was not a penny in it, but a ribbon round it. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating. And when she awoke, she found it a joke, for they were still a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crock, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day as Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, all hung on a tree to dry. She heaved a sigh and wiped her eye, and ran o'er the hill and dale, and tried what she could, as a shepherdess should, to tack each sheep to its tail. Curly locks, wilt thou be mine? Thou shalt not wash dishes, nor yet feed the swine, but sit in a cushion and sew a fine seam, and feed upon strawberries, sugar, and cream. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. He followed her to school one day, which was against the rules. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. And so the teacher turned him out, but still he lingered near, and waited patiently about till Mary did appear. Why does the lamb love Mary so? The eager children cry. Oh, Mary loves the lamb, you know. The teacher did reply. To bed, says Sleepyhead. Tarry a while, says Slow. Put on the pan, says Greedy Nan. We'll sup before we go. To market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. To market, to buy a fat hog. Home again, jiggity jog. This is the house that Jack built. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled corn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled corn, that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer sowing the corn, that kept the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Ride away, Johnny shall ride, and he shall have Pussycat tied to one side, and they shall have a little dog tied to the other, and Johnny shall ride to see his grandmother. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught a hare alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I let her go again. January brings the snow, makes our feet and fingers glow. February brings the rain, thaws the frozen lake again. March brings breeze loud and shrill, stirs the dancing daffodils. April brings the primrose sweet, scatters daisy at our feet. May brings flocks of pretty lambs, skipping by their fleecy dams. June brings tulips, lilies, roses, fills the children's hands with posies. Hot July brings cooling showers, apricots and gillyflowers. August brings the shaves of corn when the harvest home is born. Warm September brings the fruit. Sportsmen then begin to shoot. Fresh October brings the pheasant. Then to gather nuts is pleasant. Dull November brings the blast. Then the leaves are whirling fast. Chill December brings the sleet, blazing fire and Christmas treat. Ding dong bell, pussy's in the well. Who put her in? Little Johnny Green. Who pulled her out? Little Johnny Stout. What a naughty boy was that to try to drown poor pussy cat, which never did him any harm but killed the mice on his father's farm. Hickety pickety, my black hen, she lay eggs for gentlemen. Gentlemen come every day to see what my black hen doth lay. Punch and Judy fought for pie. Punch gave Judy a knock on the eye. Says Punch to Judy, will you have any more? Says Judy to Punch, my eyes are too sore. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Pussy sits by the fire, how did she come there? In walks little doggy, says, Pussy, are you there? How do you do, Mistress Pussy? Mistress Pussy, how do you do? I thank you kindly, little dog. I do as well as you. Lock the dairy door, lock the dairy door. Kickle cackle key, I haven't got the key. Where are you going, pretty maid, my pretty maid? I'm going a-milking, sir, she said. May I go with you, my pretty maid? You're kindly welcome, sir, she said. What is your father, my pretty maid? My father's a farmer, sir, she said. What is your fortune, my pretty maid? My face is my fortune, sir, she said. Can I marry you, my pretty maid? Nobody asked you, sir, she said. Handy Pandy, Jack a Dandy, loves plum cake and sugar candy. He bought some at a grocer's store, and out he came, hop, hop, hop. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in the counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes, when down came a blackbird and snapped off her nose. One misty, moisty morning, when cloudy was the weather, I chanced to meet an old man clothed all in weather. He began to compliment, and I began to grin. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. What shall he eat? White bread and butter. How will he cut it without e'er a knife? How can he marry without e'er a wife? Cry, cry, baby, put your finger in your eye and tell your mother it wasn't I. I love little pussy, her coat is so warm, and if I don't hurt her, she'll do me no harm. So I will not pull her tail nor drive her away, but pussy and I very gently will play. Georgie, Porgy, Puddin' and Pie kissed the girls and made them cry. And when the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Then up Jack got, and home did trot as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and plastered his head with vinegar and brown paper. Little Robin Redbreast sat upon a tree. Up went Pussycat, and down went he. Down came Pussycat, and away Robin ran. Says little Robin Redbreast, catch me if you can. Little Robin Redbreast jumped upon a wall. Pussycat jumped after him and almost had a fall. Little Robin chirped and sang, and what did Pussy say? Pussycat said meow, and Robin jumped away. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. February has 28 alone. All the rest have 31, except on leap year. That's the time when February days are 29. Leg over leg as the dog went to Dover. When he came to a stile, jumped he went over. Little Nancy Etticoat in a white petticoat and a red nose. The longer she stands, the shorter she grows. There was a crooked man, and he walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. Christmas is coming. The geese are getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. And if you haven't got a halfpenny, God bless you. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" I was going to the window to say, "How do you do?" But he shook his little tail and away he flew. Lady bird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, your children all gone. All but one, and her name is Anne. And she crept under the pudding pan. Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tail with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Barber, shave a pig. How many hairs will make a wig? 4 and 20, that's enough. Give the barber a pinch of snuff. A $1, a $10 scholar. What makes you come so soon? You used to come at 10 o'clock, and now you come at noon. Shoe the colt, shoe the wild mare. Here's a nail, there's a nail, yet she goes bare. Pit pat, well a day, little robin flew away. Where will little robin be? Up in yonder cherry tree. Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is fair of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe, Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving, Saturday's child works hard for a living, but the child that's born on the Sabbath day is blithe and bonny and good and gay. Where, oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be, with his tail so short and his ears cut long? Oh, where can he be? Seesaw, Marjorie Daw, Jackie shall have a new master. He shall have but a penny a day, because he can't work any faster. Willy boy, where are you going? I will go with you, if that I may. I'm going to the meadow to see them a-mowing. I'm going to help them make the hay. Ba, black sheep, happy weeny wool. Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, and 1 for my dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. I had a little nut tree. Nothing would it bear but a silver nutmeg and a golden pear. The King of Spain's daughter came to visit me, and all was because of my little nut tree. I skipped over water, I danced over sea, and all the birds in the air couldn't catch me. There was a little girl, and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead, and when she was good, she was very, very good, and when she was bad, she was horrid. Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, we'll all have tea. Suki, take it off again, Suki, take it off again, Suki, take it off again, they've all gone away. Here I am, little jumping Joan. When nobody's with me, I'm always alone. Needles and pins. When a man marries, his trouble begins. Bye, baby bunting, daddy's gone a-hunting, to get a little rabbit skin to wrap the baby bunting in. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so betwixt them both, you see, they licked the platter clean. Pat a cake, baker's men, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with a B and put it in the oven for baby and me. But that said cookie. Taffy was a Welshman, Taffy was a thief. Taffy came to my house and stole a piece of beef. I went to Taffy's house, Taffy was not home. Taffy came to my house and stole a marrow bone. I went to Taffy's house, Taffy was in bed. I took up the marrow bone and beat him on the head. Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetops. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. Dickie, dickie, dare, the pig flew in the air. The man in brown soon brought him down. Dickory, dickory, dare. The man in the moon came down too soon to inquire the way to Norwich. The man in the south, he burned his mouth eating cold peas porridge. Oh, we're almost to the end. Bobby Shafttoe's gone to sea, silver buckles on his knee. He'll come back and marry me, pretty Bobby Shafttoe. Bobby Shafttoe, fat and fair, combing down his yellow hair. He's my love forevermore, pretty Bobby Shafttoe. Those those were fun. Some nursery rhymes I'd never heard before and lots of other familiar ones. The end.